everyone. I am so excited. I am interviewing Dr. Jithin Namala. He is an amazing doctor. He's super fun, really sweet, and from my experience, he's pretty intuitive. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. Namaste.
So, I'd love for you to share a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Myself, I'm Dr. Jithin Namala, an Ayurvedic practitioner, graduated from Sri Dharmasthala Manjunadeshwara College of Ayurveda, Hassan, Karnataka, South India. Working now as the senior physician and administrator at Udayagiri Rejuvenation Retreat Center. That's a branch of Ayurvedayoga Villa. Myself, I'm coming from a traditional family of Ayurvedic practitioners. And I'm native of this place itself. It's Wayanad, one of the districts in Kerala. Kerala is known as home of Ayurveda. My grandfather is my first guru in Ayurveda. We have a very old tradition or the lineage of Ayurvedic practice. All my ancestors from back from my grandfathers, they were Ayurvedic practitioner. After my grandfather, no one in the family was practicing Ayurveda, so I am the one after my grandfather practicing Ayurveda. He's my first teacher in Ayurveda. Later, from his motivation, I was also graduated from the Medical University, Ayurvedic University in India, and I'm working in Udayagiri, which is a branch of Ayurvedayoga Villa, since about 5 years.
Wow. So obviously Ayurveda is in his blood. Like, oh, that's amazing. So we're going to actually dive deep in. And I want to know, what are the ailments and diseases that you are treating here at Ayurvedayoga Villa Group?
Yeah. Ayurveda itself is not just a system of medicine. Apart from that, it's a lifestyle, and numerous conditions are very commonly treated in Ayurveda. In Kerala or in India, where people first choose Ayurveda as their system of medicine. So from common flu to the great extent, even all types of cancers, even people approach Ayurvedic doctors for the treatment. Very commonly, Ayurveda is very famous, very effective in neurological conditions, gynecological conditions, musculoskeletal system related conditions, autoimmune diseases, hormonal imbalances, or endocrine disorders such as hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism. And Ayurveda is very effective also managing the psychiatric ailments, starting from the mild psychological problems to the extent of schizophrenia. Ayurveda can treat the condition very extensively. Skin diseases are managed very well in Ayurveda, like even psoriasis. So the very many conditions where modern systems of medicines believe that lifelong medications are required. Such conditions are treated successfully in Ayurveda with a limited duration of the treatment. So these are the common conditions very commonly treated in Ayurveda. We in Udayagiri Rejuvenation Retreat Center and under the Ayurvedayoga Villa group, we also treat little bit different conditions also, because most of our patients are also from the West. So we treat also a little bit different conditions apart from the common diseases treated in Ayurveda. All the common diseases treated in Ayurveda we do also treat, like starting from the smaller ailments to the greater extent serious conditions also. Commonly we do treat here all types of skin diseases, all types of musculoskeletal system related conditions, including various arthritic conditions. We do treat here gynecological problems, okay, infertility, and lots of psychiatric illnesses we do treat here. We are also uh, doing research and treatment on cancers, many cancerous conditions, lymphomas, breast CA, and various conditions seen with very good result with our treatment here. Okay. Also, the rare conditions, autoimmune diseases like chronic autoimmune conditions plus rare conditions like chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia or Lyme's disease or such conditions which not very successfully treated in the modern sciences is also treated very well here. Okay, a neurological spectrum of conditions, all those conditions are treated very successfully in Ayurvedayoga Villa.
Wow, I'm just like blown away by all the things that you can treat with Ayurveda and coming to this center. That's amazing. And I'm almost like, throw the Western medicine out the door, even though we need it for some things. That's a lot. That's really impressive. So, what do you feel is different and unique about this center?
Yes, Ayurvedayoga Villa is or the hospitals or the retreat centers under the Ayurvedayoga Villa group is unique. Ayurvedayoga Villa is a holistic Ayurvedic retreat center. Okay, it is working since 2004 in the district of Wayanad in South India, in Kerala. Kerala is also known as home of Ayurveda, like I have mentioned earlier. So we have 3 centers across India. Ayurvedayoga Villa is the mother center, which is on the shore of a river, Kabani, and Udayagiri Rejuvenation Retreat Center and Hospital, which is on the mountain, Brahmagiri Mountains, and we have one more center, which is near Goa on the beach, Ayurvedayoga Village. All of these 3 centers are holistic Ayurvedic retreat centers. So there are many numerous Ayurvedic hospitals and retreat centers across India. What makes us unique is that Ayurveda is not just a system of medicine. Ayurveda is a lifestyle. The word meaning itself is that Ayurveda is science of life. So Ayurveda is a philosophy of life, a way of life. What is so unique with our practice is that apart from as a system of medicine, we are practicing Ayurveda in our centers as a lifestyle. Our daily programs are even designed based on the Ayurvedic principles and concepts. And various Indian philosophical sciences and various Indian health practices are also practiced together with the Ayurveda because they go hand in hand. They are not separate, they are one itself. Yoga, Kalari, which is the traditional martial arts, the Indian rituals like Agnihotram, which are also practiced on a daily basis in our centers. Plus, our concept of health is soil to soul, starting from the soil to the soul. What we do here is a body, mind, and soul retreat, which is otherwise we call it as Sharira, Prana, Mana, Shuddhi, purification of the body, mind, and soul. That happens only with the practice of a holistic science. So what we do here is also to tune a person's system with the biological clock inside in harmony with the nature. So then along with that we also introduce the materialistic medicines to them, and the whole concept makes them more receptive of the medicine, and we believe that that's a real health. So to make the Ayurvedic practice really unique, authentic, and expecting to get the best result, to make the best result out of Ayurveda, we have the practice from soil to soul. So we grow organic food in our own organic farm. We have indigenous breeds of cows in our centers. We have around 140 number of indigenous breeds of cows distributed in our different centers. So we use the products from the cows for the therapeutic purpose and for also the farming purpose. The food the food waste will be fed to the cows usually, and we have our own Ayurvedic medicine production. So we make the medicines required for our patients in our centers itself, and we have our own organic kitchen, and we serve the healthy Ayurvedic meals, and we make sure that the right made food is served to the people, to make sure that we grow our own food, so that from the cultivation until it's delivered on the table, we can monitor the quality. So we make sure about the quality of the food eaten by the patient along with the medicine to assure the real healing, and it is all served with love, care and prayer to richen the food with a positive energy, so that it contributes to the healing. So from this all concept, adopting the indigenous practices also, like the traditional indigenous tribes food habits in our locality, this has been adopted to the diet habits. So we are adopting the indigenous traditional practice to our centers, and we make sure that the person the patient who is under the treatment here is also eating the right food, doing the right lifestyle, and we make sure about the healing by giving a care to the all aspects of an individual. Okay, that's what is unique with Ayurveda Villa group and its centers. We take care of the nature and the people from soil to soul, and we do the body, mind and soul retreat, the Sharira Prana Mana Shuddhi.
Yeah, that makes the center very unique.
Yes.
And something you actually touched on, you started to talk about Ayurveda apart from other medicines.
Yeah.
Can you actually elaborate a little bit more? Like,
Yeah.
what else in Ayurveda besides the medicine?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear.
Actually, I would love to talk about that on that topic because that's most exciting about our science, Ayurveda. That's the most fascinating factor behind this science that makes us practitioners very passionate about it. We are so happy to do that because of its uniqueness. Ayurveda, with its practices now generally in India, people consider it as a system of medicine. Some people do accept it as a system of medicine. Sometimes people consider it as a wellness practice. Okay, but in fact, actually, Ayurveda is everything. Ayurveda is a wellness practice. Ayurveda is a system of medicine. It's a lifestyle. Basically, Ayurveda, the word meaning itself is science of life. Or otherwise, the Ayurveda is defined as Hida Hidam Sukham Dukkam Ayus Tasya Hida Hidam Manam Cha Tacha Yatroktam Ayurveda Savichide. That means Ayurveda is the knowledge about what is Hida and Ahida, desirable and non-desirable, Sukha and Dukkha, Sukha Dukkha, what gives pleasure, comfort and health, and what gives the opposite of it, all the miseries. So it's not just limiting to the physical aspect, it's all about the person. So from that definition itself, it is very clear that it's an ocean of knowledge. Okay, it's about all aspects of life. So unique about Ayurvedic medicine itself, like if we take it as a system of medicine also, the uniqueness about is it gives more importance to the prevention aspects. So Ayurveda first recommend a healthy lifestyle. Ayurveda talks a lot about how to live. Okay, that's actually that's completely prevention based. If you follow that, you will be blessed with a good lifestyle. And Ayurveda probably will be one of the only system of medicine with a scientific diet concept which goes along with Ayurveda. Okay, so the uniqueness, beauty of it is that it is an ever-existing science, because the difference between mainly Ayurvedic philosophy of medicine and modern philosophy of medicine is that modern sciences are a linear philosophy. So it's based on inventions and scientific studies. So what is in practice today can be outdated tomorrow. So it's meaningless than what we do now. Ayurveda is very fundamental. There is a fundamental concept about this universe and every living and non-living organism of this universe, and including human. Okay, so whatever we find new, it should be explained based on the fundamental principles and can be applied on the body or as a medicine. So that's the reason why the science still exists after 5,000 years, and it's for sure it will exist for next thousands of years, because the fundamental principles are so strong, and that fundamental principles itself, it's not very fundamental that it is not going to change. It is according to the time, place, person, and various these factors. These fundamental principles itself is in an interesting way subjective to change, okay, through evolution. Okay, for example, quantitative assessments are very less, or quantitative measurements are less, which are qualitative. So that means it's a cyclical philosophy. So nothing can be outdated and ever updated. Every day it's getting updated, but any update is never going to get outdated. So that's the beauty of existence of this science. It is otherwise the beauty of it or uniqueness of it. Apart from the system of medicine, it's a system for eco-bio balance. It is not a system existing only for human beings. It is a system for all the living and non-living organisms in this universe for a harmonious existence. So Ayurvedic philosophy believes to exist is to coexist. So Ayurveda itself as a system of medicine is available, Vriksha Ayurveda, but that's exclusively for diseases of the plant. Gaja Ayurveda for elephants, and Ashwa Ayurveda for horse. So it was a system existing in olden days. During the kingdom rule, the king had royal physician for himself and a physician particularly for his elephants, and for some physicians for his horse, because kings were riding horses at that time. So it was a system for everyone. So, and it is also a practice in India that in agricultural practices, people actually look at the moon and the lunar calendar, and they do the farming accordingly. Okay, that's the effect of different objects of this universe on each organisms. Okay, for example, that was the beauty of the practice. For example, I said earlier that my grandfather is actually Ayurvedic practice. He's also a very, very good farmer. So that's the difference. So all these two go hand in hand. Without being into the nature, it is not possible to practice Ayurveda, because both go hand in hand. Because we all are the member of the same family. So basic philosophy of Ayurveda is itself is in that exchange. Okay, so without being a good observer of the nature, without being a good farmer, you cannot really practice Ayurveda, because that comes from the nature. So basically, what is so unique about Ayurveda and what makes us passionate about practicing it is that it's not a job. It is not that when we wear the white coat or use a stethoscope we become the doctors. It is nothing apart from the soul. It's a part of the soul. When you become a real practitioner, you are accepting it as accepting it in the soul, and you are living a life. You are not doing a job. That's a beauty in the aspect as a practitioner for myself and my approach or understanding about uniqueness of Ayurveda. Thank you.
I could listen all day long. Okay, I have one more question. You actually did touch on it already, but how would you say Ayurveda is different from other medicines? I know you started to go in it, but can you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Okay. See, I think I have half explained it, like how Ayurveda is different from other system of medicine. Ayurveda is really different from other system of medicine because, like I have explained, it is the first difference is that it is not just a system of medicine, okay, which is actually a guideline. That's the beautiful word I can use. It is a guideline or a protocol for us, because I'm answering to this question based on a human approach. Like system of medicine means it is something about the human health. Okay, so Ayurveda is not just a system of medicine. No other system of medicine never gives a protocol or a guideline for a healthy life. That's one factor. Apart from that, Ayurveda is such a wonderful system of medicine that it is incorporated with the non-materialistic aspects. Like Ayurveda says, medicine itself is divided into three. That is Yukti Vyapasraya Chikitsa, Sattva Vichaya Chikitsa, Daiva Vyapasraya Chikitsa. These are the three aspects of the medicine. The Yukti Vyapasraya Chikitsa is the so-called medicinal part similar to the other system of medicine, or the modern approach of medicine. That means Yukti Vyapasraya Chikitsa is the practice of the medicine with the materialistic medicine that we see in the bottles, that we see in the form of tablet, that we see in the form of the powder, or that we collect from the nature in the form of roots, flowers, leaves, stem, bark, or inorganic materials like metals, minerals, and such objects. Yukti is the base of that. With the logic of the physician or the practitioner, we are choosing the medicines and is given to the patient. So that's one part of the treatment. Next comes the Sattva Vijaya Chikitsa. That is the non-materialistic aspects, where the itself the important factor is that this is one part of the treatment itself. So the treatment without the medicines, that includes lifestyle and diet modifications, plus that includes the good advices or possible adaptations like yoga. It's a part of Sattva Vijaya Chikitsa. Or a lifestyle modification, like if you are suffering from a certain condition, if the physician is advising not to eat particular diet, that's a diet modification. So that's that is considered as a treatment itself, but without using a materialistic object. Then plus apart from that, there is Daiva Vyapasraya Chikitsa. Word meaning itself, Daiva is the god. So that means these are the rituals and spiritual practices. So it is definitely explained in Ayurveda in numerous conditions as a cause for the diseases, as karma. So that means the actions that we do. Or Ayurveda also believes in the existence of rebirths. So Ayurveda believes that we may carry over to the next birth sometimes. Okay, so but that's different. Let's not talk about that now. But apart from that, Ayurveda says karmas, our actions may influence us, okay, or Ayurveda is a science that believes in the existence of the God. So Ayurveda believes that the God inside us, when enlightened, he's improving the healing capacity, self-healing capacity. So that comes the Deva Vipasrajitsa. That includes various spiritual practices. There is no barrier of religion there. There is no barrier of culture there, because every human being there exists a God. It is finding the God in oneself with the various practices. So that's what we believe about we hear about the stories from different corners of the world that someone healed themselves by the prayer or something like that. It's all because of the Deva Vipasraya aspect of an individual. So I think all these concept, a whole concept, considering the human as a whole being, and uh, considering human as the microcosm of the macrocosm, so that means the entire universe. Uh, this concept makes Ayurveda so different from other system of medicine.
I'm so happy. This is so cool. I really want to thank you. And one thing, I don't know if you said this, but did you mention that you were 30 years old?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't hear that. And
Yeah.
why I wanted to highlight that again is that you're 30 and you're really living your dharma, your life purpose. And we all can literally have our dream job, and it seems like you have your dream job.
Yes.
So I really want to just thank you for following and trusting your heart and your truth, and being an example to everybody in the world that they can really do what they want and make a difference in the world. I want to thank you so much.
Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Wishing good health to everyone in this world. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Namaste.